Okay, folks, it is 6 o'clock and call the meeting of the City of Platteville Common Council to order. First order of business, roll call. I would like to note that both Ken and Barb are excused.
Bob Gates,
Here.
Tom Dahl,
Here.
Lynn Parrott,
Here.
Kathy Kopp,
Here.
Todd Casper.
Here.
Next order of business is a special presentation on the annual tourism report presented by Wayne Wodars, the Executive Director of the Platteville Regional Chamber.
Thank you, Kathy, and thanks to the council for allowing me to speak tonight. It's nice to come and visit with you and share what's happened during the course of the last year. Sometimes the information is a little hazy because we operate on 3 quarters. We didn't get the 4th quarter in until just recently, so you have to factor that in. We're kind of working on always a quarter behind, but you've been given a lot of information in your packets for tonight, and so I don't even know where to start sometimes when you have about a 10-minute presentation, so I'll just go through some of this stuff and then I'll entertain any questions that you might have. So the results of 2024 show that the steady growth in room tax we've experienced during the past 2 years have begun to taper off. During 22 and 23, we realized record room tax revenue in 6 of those 8 quarters. And so throughout, it's hard to continue to maintain that pace. So, but we've done rather well in 2024. I think we were down only 14% the first quarter, 13% through the second quarter, and we just got results of 4th quarter, and I've got those information. All those data is in your packet. So we actually ended up the year only 9% down. So there's various reasons for that happening. Since COVID, we've had a saturated market. Every little community is doing every little thing they can to bring people in. They've realized the significance of tourism. So we're not alone. We're oftentimes doing events and we're competing with other places. So, but what we have learned since COVID is that we had some of that great opportunity to have some DOA grant money. And so we've done some things that we had never had the opportunity to do before. So we've been in some bigger markets, and we've been doing some national publications, which I think has contributed to the success we've had. And so we also have lost some of those long-term construction stays the last year. So we haven't noticed or realized revenue from those folks as well. So there's a lot of optimism for what 2025 will bring to us. And we're going to continue to move forward and do some of those things that we've had success with and eliminate some of those things in publications that we haven't done so well with. So moving forward, there's hard copies in a box on the over on Barb's desk there, but I did put together a PowerPoint showing some of the advertisements that we've done during the course of the last year. And we've done many publications, and you're going to notice a lot of the colorations and the logos are going to be the same or similar fonts, but outdoor recreation has been a very popular thing throughout the course of since COVID, really. And so we're just going to, this is a publication that depicts along the river. So it goes from Clinton all the way up to La Crosse. And we've had a lot of great success sharing those Great River Road publications. This year, for the first time, we were in the Brewers Yearbook, which they called at the last minute, had a great offer. Everybody has a great offer, you know, but we've had people comment that they saw our ad in the Brewers Yearbook, and that is distributed to about 750,000 people. So, you know, any person that's been to a ball game is probably going to buy, or somebody will buy one, they'll share it. But I'm trying to get the Field of Dreams to do a publication in this advertisement as well. However, with all the changes that have happened over there, they haven't really gotten much of a budget to do that. But this was a great opportunity for us. And as you can see in my report, Milwaukee is one of our largest viewed areas for looking at information on our Facebook page. We have done some things with Discover, Beloit, and Janesville. The Galenian, we always try to piggyback off of the folks that travel from Chicago to Galena for their weekend stays. Grant County Guide, of course, has been a very successful publication for us as we work together with our area chambers and other tourism entities throughout the county. Great River Road. There again, that's one of the most highly sought after ones. People just enjoy driving up and down Highway 35 to experience all the sights and sounds of the river. Hidden Valleys is another popular magazine that depicts 7 counties, I believe, Lafayette, Viroqua, Vernon, Richland, all those counties. And so it's very popular, and they do a great job with social media if you are in that publication. Here's a design that we've done to take some of the pressure off of our hotel personnel or our attractions. We've developed this sign. So when someone comes in to check in at the hotel, they want to ask the attendant what's going on in Platteville this weekend. Oftentimes those part-time employees have no clue. This graphic here, they just scan the dining QR code, takes them to the Platteville Regional Chamber's dining page. Discover events, and same with attractions. So without the employee having to know what's going on or have a calendar of events, they can find all this information just by clicking on these QR codes. So I think that's been a very beneficial thing for us. Midwest Living is one of those national publications that we do that has actually a card in it that you can request information and have packets sent to you. So we typically, I think last year we were over 1,000 publications we sent out to those people, and they're from all over the country. Minnesota Monthly is an area that the state has determined different areas that we should target for advertising, and Minnesota is a competitor, and a lot of people from Minnesota tend to come to Wisconsin. So we thought we'd try that. There's another Northwoods Map Atlas. People love maps, and this one's got a lot of depictions of things along the river as well. We've started this last year on Wisconsin Outdoors. It's distributed to all of the larger quick trips, and it's an e-magazine that you can find also, but it typically signifies anything that's outdoor recreation. And we've got a lot of opportunities in this neck of the woods here. Exploring the Tri-States is a local publication that the Journal puts out. We've had some great success in Davenport in the Quad City area, so we've done a few things down there to encourage people to come from Iowa up to our corner of the state. And we always contribute to our shopping news publications. And here was a map that's also in your packet that money was shared with the Southwest Chamber Alliance, and we designed Dina Netchcash, who's a chamber employee, has designed this map, and it's a great historical driving tour. We've got a lot of history in this corner of the state, so we contributed money from Cassville, Prairie du Chien, Dodgeville, Fenimore, Platteville, and so on. Everybody was able to get 2 or 3 listings in there. So we do a publication in the Super 8 Hotel Guide, and then we publish in the Vacation Land, spring and summer, and fall, winter, and also in the TH. Travel Dubuque has been a great partner for the Platteville Regional Chamber and our tourism efforts. And here's the state guide. Learned that they're not going to do a new guide for 2025. They're just going to reprint this one and put a new cover on it. They are switching publishers and didn't want to go through all of the painstaking work of redesigning everything. Visit Bluff Country is another area magazine that's good. Here's one of those, had an opportunity to do a couple of national publications, Good Housekeeping and Women's Day, and those we were in Milwaukee and the Chicago area. So, and then we also, Dina Netchcash designed an art scavenger hunt. I think there's 44 pieces on here. Just started, thought it would be kind of fun to see how much artwork we had in our community. And we're already at a point where we have to redesign this. So kind of interesting how art is really tying in with the tourism now. And there's the guide from last year. I did put the 2026 guide in your packets, so that's there. There's a hard copy of all of these publications in the box there on Barb's desk if anybody wants to see them. I know some of you are paper friendly rather than digital, so we'll leave it go at that. And I did want to show you, in addition to continuing to use those videos we created a year and a half ago or 2 years ago, which you can find on our Discover Platteville, Wisconsin Facebook page. We have been doing a couple little things with the shopping news to promote when the guide comes out and when, again, in the fall. So here's a little video. Those are just 30-second spots, but it fits the niche and we get a lot of views on those. So we're going to try to continue to work on digital marketing in some other areas. Have an opportunity to do something on Madison on the CW that we're thinking about doing, and some other things as well. So I guess I'll entertain any questions if anybody has anything for me. I did want to just point out, though, that when you look at the tax collection summary, that the portion that the chamber received for promoting tourism and bringing heads in beds was $140,787, but the city got $56,800. So you are making money on what we're pushing out to the publications and to our audiences. So
Well, Wayne, I have to compliment you. I know it's a very difficult position for you to have the chamber and do the travel tourist center. And I think you guys do a great job. I just have one question for you. How can the city help improve your situation without doing any capital expenditures?
never had that question asked of me before. So it's kind of
Well,
like I've got the
I'm
magic
one to
lamp
ask
in front of me. I
questions.
just have to.
The reason why I'm saying is, you do a really good job, but maybe there's something we can do within the community as the city, as city government, that doesn't mean an outlay of capital expenditures for us, but also helps the chamber and its purpose and also tourism.
Nothing's really coming to my mind off right now, but I appreciate all the collaborative efforts that we have. It seems like we all work well together and we share ideas. That's how this Taste of Platteville came together. And I consider that somewhat of a tourism event, even though it's satisfying a lot of local people. We are bringing people in from other communities. Plus you have the pickleball tournament that we're doing with it as well. So just the openness of city staff has been great in partnering with them and with Grant County and with Main Street and in the museum as well. They're one of our largest attractions between the museums and the M. So I just think we all work well together, and that's really a benefit to all of us.
I just like to see that continue, and I'd like to see make sure that the city continues its support.
Thank you.
I wanted to also commend you on the work that you guys do there. And I also want to thank you for the inclusiveness in everything that you guys do. And it's very, very appreciated. Can't say much about it. And to let you know that there were people from Chicago at the Taste of Platteville and they enjoyed it. So, yeah.
And we try our best to be as inclusive as we can. I mean, that's what makes us the community we are. And that was one of the reasons that we were sold on bringing the inclusive playground here, was because of the number of people it would bring and the number of guests it could accommodate. So we're really looking forward to extending that. And in fact, the chamber is putting on a program in April for accessible outdoor recreation. So be on the watch for that. We're going to have these constructed wheelchairs that are more mobile. And we're going to have people from the DNR speaking and other areas to show us where there's trail access, maybe boat landing access or fishing ramps for people to use that are incapacitated in one way, shape, or form. So something that we all really need to look at is how we can be welcoming to everybody.
Yes, Tom, if he reminds us of that, I guess we could just mention it at one of the meetings. You know what I'm saying? I think the city does help a lot with what they do, but yeah. Okay.
Else?
Really appreciated the driving guide, the driving tour guide you had there. I think that's one of the neatest things about Southwest was.
And there's so much history, and you probably learned of places that you never knew of just by looking at that. So the person that designed that has got a great passion for travel and tourism and does a lot of background work and wants to make sure we list everything properly. So I think she's done a great job. Okay.
Thank you, Wayne, very much. Good report. Okay, moving on, we have consideration of the consent calendar. Following items may be approved on a single motion and vote due to their routine nature or previous discussion. Please let me know if you prefer separate discussion and action. We have the council minutes from February 11th, 2025, payment of bills, appointments to boards and commissions. Barb wanted me to announce that she is appointing Tim Durst to the Plan Commission. We have licenses. We have a temporary Class B to serve fermented malt beverages to Friends of Our Gallery, 120 West Main Street, 3 different days, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday, March 7th for an artist reception, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday, May 16th for artist reception, Roger Gottschalk exhibit, and 4 p.m. to 7 p.m. on Friday, June 27th for artist reception and synthesis show. Then the final item is a banner permit, March 17th, weather dependent, to April 13th for the Platteville Fire Department Annual Pancake Breakfast Fundraiser. Are there any questions?
Yeah, I'd like to make a motion that we move to approve all the items listed. Agenda?
I'll second.
Okay, motion by Tom, second by Bob. All in favor of approving the consent agenda, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Okay, motion carried. Citizens' comments, observations, and petitions. We do have a note of someone that would like to speak. Mr. Knoll,
Yes.
do you want to speak from your chair or from the?
No, the podium.
Oh. Okay.
Thomas Knoll, 311 Tamarack Trace, Platteville. I'm speaking for myself, not as a council member, but as a public citizen. Last meeting, I came up and read the Gettysburg Address. And after I thought about it, there was 3 important things that I think we need to remember. Government is of the people, for the people, and by the people. So when we have openings for these committees, commissions, I think it's imperative that everybody think about participating in government. Too many times we look at government as being an enemy, but it's not an enemy. It's us. And if we don't participate, then somebody else will. So we need to take ourselves seriously. We need to also look at what's going on, and we're going to have some major things come up for us to take a look at in the future. We're going to have budgeting problems. We're going to have the state. We're going to have the county. We're going to have everybody involved, and we need to work together. And we cannot do that by being against each other. So my word to you as a citizen is remember, government is of the people and for the people. Please participate. It's important. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Tom. Good reminder to all of us. Moving on, we have reports, board commission committee minutes, tourism committee, don't have anything to add. Airport commission, Bob,
Nothing to add.
museum board, Tom.
Well, nothing to add other than everybody had a great time at the Miners Ball. I thought it was very enjoyable. It was Ken Killion's band just really hit it right on the dot. And everybody I talked to that attended, that I saw this past week, had only compliments to say. So thank you much to the museum staff and to the board and to the Jameson Museum Board, because I think it's really important that we understand that the museum is very important to the community. And there's a lot that we have to offer. So thank you, Cody.
On behalf of the museum and the Friends of the Museum, thank you.
Okay, Community Safe Routes Committee, Tom.
Nothing to add.
Okay, Parks, Forestry, and Recreation, Bob.
Nothing to add.
Nothing to add. Okay, we have one action item. Ordinance 25-01, establishing a board of absentee canvassers at a central count location in the city of Platteville. Colette, is this your with? oh,
Yep, this would be
Head
me.
it up.
All right, thank you. So more citizens are choosing to vote absentee instead of at the polls. Wisconsin law allows citizens to vote absentee without providing a reason. The city has experienced an increase in mail-in absentee voters and in-person absentee voting at City Hall before Election Day. So currently, all absentee ballots are sorted and then delivered to their appropriate polling location on Election Day. And then the poll workers will process the absentee ballots. 2 poll workers are required to process every absentee ballot they receive. And then the poll workers must check the ballot envelope for defects or omissions, announce the voter's name and address, check in the voter on the Badger book, open the envelope, and insert the ballot into the tabulator. Poll workers often have to disrupt voters who vote in person on Election Day by creating lines at the check-in tables and tabulators. The November general election was extremely busy, and the absentee processing slowed the lines due to them processing the absentee ballots through the Badger books, inserting the ballots in the tabulators, and stopping the line if there was an issue with an absentee ballot, such as a misread or an overvote or a jam. This places an enormous challenge on our chief inspectors to keep track of the absentee process while trying to maintain in-person voting efficiency. Chief inspectors have expressed concerns over reconciling numbers on the tabulators due to the disruption that the absentee process causes. Wisconsin statutes 7.52 and 7.53 parent 2 parent M allow for the creation of a board of absentee ballot canvassers. These individuals are appointed by the city clerk to serve a 2-year term. The board then processes all the absentee ballots in the city on Election Day at a central count location. To create this board, the Common Council must adopt an ordinance, which is required to be created at least 30 days before the election, which it's implemented. The key benefits of establishing the central processing location would be resource optimization. Establishing a central count location will provide relief to individual polling locations and their respective poll workers. Poll workers will be able to focus on managing in-person voting, assisting voters, and ensuring a smooth election day experience without the added complexity of handling and processing absentee ballots. It'll improve efficiency. Centralizing the processing of absentee ballots will help expedite the verification and count process and reduce delays at the polling locations. And it'll enhance security. The designated central location will ensure enhanced security measures are in place to safeguard the integrity of these absentee ballots. They'll stay right here at City Hall instead of being transported. The budget impact of this would be that we would need to purchase a Badger Book server. However, that purchase would be within the city clerk's budget that we already are planning to purchase a Badger Book every year. Staff and the election chief inspectors would recommend establishing a board of absentee ballot canvassers at a central count location in the city of Platteville. Any questions?
I have one,
Mhm.
just for clarification, and I think I alluded to this at our last meeting. So the absentee ballots will be opened and counted here. But are they gonna be tracked by what ward? How does that work? I mean, is there gonna be voting, I mean, the machines in here as well?
Yes, there will be a tabulator here as well. They'll be separated in the reporting units, the same as each poll location.
Okay.
And that's how they'll be reported.
Okay, so when the ballots are all counted, we will know by ward.
You will know by reporting unit. So right now, currently, for the last election we had, the spring primary, the reporting unit was Ward 1 through 4, the Broski Center, and Ward 5 through 9, Alzavic Hall. And that's how they'll be reported for the absentees as well.
So it's just two. It's not,
Right.
okay, all right. Okay. So no other questions? Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion. Move to approve ordinance 2501, establishing a board of absentee ballot canvassers at a central court, central count location in the city of Platteville.
Second it.
Okay, motion by Bob, second by Lynn. We'll vote.
Gates,
Yes.
Null,
Yes.
Parrot,
Yes.
Cop,
Yes.
Casper.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Well. Now what do we want to do? This is a very short meeting.
Make a motion
One
to
more
adjourn.
order of business.
Or I'm sorry.
No, sorry.
I said I was making a motion to adjourn, but if I'm too early, my apologies. We can wait.
No, that's what I was looking for.
That's
Is there a second?
I'll second.
Okay. Motion made in second, to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
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 We are adjourned.